So, Mr. Talons of Ice and Fire, tell me what's on your mind.
Well, tell me, which of these do you think would make for a good topic?
Oh, you've got quite the list here, Talons. Did you really mean to discuss all of these topics in just one session?
Well, no, not really, but I don't really know what subject matter would be the most interesting, most fulfilling, or overall most worthwhile to talk about. They all seem so good.
Hmm. Do you think about each of these questions on a daily basis?
To put it simply, yeah. I don't really know what would make for the best subject or topic or whatever you call it. Speaking as someone who's just starting off as an adult, I have so many questions about my life, my future, and, well, everything. Like, is there a future for this fandom? Can I use it as a starting point in a career? Is doing that acceptable? Should I join the MLP analysis community? Is that worthwhile? Can I offer something new? Is not applying for CalArts okay? Will I still be successful if I don't attend? Will anything I make be good or well known? Is anything I'm saying even worth your time?
I get the sense that maybe we shouldn't be discussing a multitude of questions, but rather just one. Do you feel you have difficulty making decisions?
I don't know, do I?
Well, let me put it this way. You mentioned that you are just starting as an adult, and thus, I imagine your life is changing a bit more quickly than you'd prefer. You feel unready for what lies ahead?
Again, I don't really have an answer to that. At least one that seems right. I guess if I had to answer, I feel like if I go to college, at least the college I'm going to, I won't have any time to devote to any non school related projects. And if there's one goal I'm fairly certain about, it's being fairly well known and successful in the career I choose, whatever it may be. But even then, I don't really know if I should try and accomplish it by the time I'm 21 or if it's the right thing, or I should just, well, suck it up and just spend 4 years of my life and then achieve what I want to achieve after I'm 21. Or maybe I'm just being off topic. I'm not being off topic, am I?
I can tell you have great difficulty understanding what the right choices are. And as much as I can give advice here and there, eventually you will have to make some of the most important life decisions on your own. So, for starters, I'd like you to think about what you want most out of life, what you feel would give you the greatest purpose and passion. And then, I ask that you push those goals far, far ahead in your life. I know that probably sounds immensely counterproductive, and in some ways it really can be. But for where you are in life right now, I'd recommend that you first learn to step outside of your comfort zone and start doing the things that will teach you independence. And oftentimes, adopting such habits can be among the most difficult trials of all. You say you want to be well known and successful in the career you choose? I say be prepared for a long and winding road. Be prepared to push yourself in ways you never have before without getting the kind of rewards you expect. I realize this sounds rather harsh, but really, it's meant to. I had to learn so many of these lessons the hard way, and in some respects, I'm still learning them. But if there's one thing I hope you will take away from this conversation, it's that we shouldn't be looking for what's easy. We should be looking for what's worthwhile.
I've been hearing that saying for quite a while now. Maybe I'm taking it to heart, maybe I'm not. But if I'm not, I will, well, put effort into doing so.
As for your decisions about college, let me say now that a vast majority of what you'll learn in college classes really won't stay with you once you start a career. Certainly, many of the subjects you strive to understand won't be relevant for the job you will eventually take on. But college is still overwhelmingly important, if only because it will force you to apply yourself, put you in a situation where you are the only reason for your own success. When you are living on your own and constantly exposed to new decisions on a daily basis, when striving to complete projects you don't feel particularly passionate about, when faced with a multitude of choices where the answers keep getting more complicated and you inevitably make some incorrect decisions along the way, every time you force yourself to step outside of your comfort zone, apply your talents in ways you never thought yourself capable of, and feeling all the more confident about striving onward all on your own, you are learning how to be independent. The more you step towards the unknown, and even the bad choices you'll sometimes make along the way, the more you'll find that passion for life you truly wish for. Does that make sense to you, Mr. Talons?
I think so. But still, there are questions I'd like to know the answer for, and there are still plenty of other issues I have besides this one. But I guess I can save those for another day, maybe, hopefully. I'll try and make sure that the most important goals are pushed farther into the future, which doesn't seem to be all that stupid or counterproductive, provided I'm not putting age limits on myself. Just work on my way forward, step by step, and not try and dwell on what I could have done or the people who seem to be more fortunate than me. Hopefully I can accomplish what I want out of life. I just hope it's not out of my reach at this point, or beyond my control.
Inevitably, there will be a great many things beyond your control, Talons, but you can still make the most of doing what you can with what you have where you are. As long as you can say to yourself, I've done all I can do with what is available to me, and be patient with what you want most out of life, then I'd say you're on the right track. Shall we continue on this next week?
That is something I can definitely say yes to. Like I said, there are still questions and challenges I have to answer or deal with in my life. And again, I guess there's no real harm in asking others for advice or support, as long as they're not the ones making the choices for me.
Glad to hear it. Take care, Talons, and I wish you best of luck in this next step of life's journey. It's good to be helping.